bear is going to be dropped onto you.
Yeah.
And giving Neptuno the Lucian, I guarantee you, Trajan, I would put my caster career on it. He's going to dash in and die at least once this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he's making Zeri plays like that, I think that Lucian is kind of a given that that's what we might see. But who knows? This all-important duo for Neptuno and Zai could kind of spark that reconnection that they had earlier in that season when they were just clowning on everybody in that lane with this duo of champions. It's not the Lucian Nami of past. It has been nerfed down from ultimate priority, but these two players still feel like it gives them what they need to the point where they're happy to give away Zyra Khan again to B-Boy and Damage. We'll see if that works out in this game number 4. Los Grandes still backs against the wall, but they have at least landed a punch on Pain Gaming now as we head on to the Rift.
So what you're telling me is that Neptuno and Zai are trying to rekindle some of that early, success with the Nami and the Lucian here. Even though the Lovers duo is on the side of B-Boy and Damage, Los are looking to get something started here with this Nami Lucian. I like this look. I like something that's a bit more aggressive. I wanted to see Neptuno on this, and I think this is the perfect champion to do it, as Weiser was looking for a cheeky level 1 invade with the Jax. Can absolutely murder you with the Counter-Strike.
Oh, the knockup found onto the Neptuno at level 1. B-Boy and Damage cannot be contested on the Zyra Khan at this level 1. Lucian Nami really needs that level 2 to start to leverage it. And they will go slightly down in the HP off the bat here, as Pain Gaming can now track where Ranger is. Using that red side ward, they will see that Ranger is up in that top side and they'll be able to track him. And that is pretty important, because Ranger's ganks on the Sejuani were so critical in keeping that early game ticking over for Loss in game 3.
Yeah, now Damage, they're just going to go in. They're going to deny the level 2.
They got the heal out from him as well and take a bit of damage left, but the Summoner pickup for free definitely feels worth, as now level 2 is hit. Zai is going to have the space with the no grand entrance ready, and now Lucian Nami have the level 2 of their own. So they've gotten away from that slightly dicey early few trades, and we might see a different story going forward.
Oh, and they track Ranger, looking for something sneaky. The full clear topside into the gank onto Weiser. Brother, you saw him. I don't think you can afford to push this lane in and get out. No, actually, never mind.
Yeah, where are we going right now? Lava
mid.
goes aggressive onto Nikeda. Ranger comes to mid lane, but Nikeda's been forced onto that bot side, while Weiser gets to push that wave in with no punish.
Wow, I really thought Ranger was going to gank top here. Dinkado, flash body slide is available. Okay.
Ooh, holds it. I thought he was going to rip it there. I thought Lava was really feeling himself.
Yeah, a worse player like myself would have let it rip and not gotten the kill and would have gotten absolutely slayed. This is what it is. Lava, smartly enough, understanding that, hey, we can't even really pressure kill here, and if I lose my flash, it might be a little bit more detrimental, especially with the Annie follow-up and the stun. Karyoka can just look to feast upon that mid lane here. Is now, with that wasted time from Ranger, opting in for the full clear top into the hover, into the mid lane and river, Karyoka's gonna get everything. He's gonna get a full clear. He's gonna get the scuttle. I think he's gonna assume that top scuttle is taken, but now he understands, like, hey, Ranger's on a timer. He's delayed his camps. I'm just gonna walk right in, brother.
Yeah, he's just going to stand there and dare him to try and do his grump, and Ranger will do it on a slightly delayed path through as Karaoke channels the recall, going to spend some of that gold advantage that he has accrued. Look at that bot side jungle lit up with blue wards. Pain Gaming investing so much in this bot side of the map. You know you can't let Lucian Nami get rolling. You cannot give them an inch.
Yeah, and I think Ranger understands where he needs to play, but Pain Gaming, once again, I said, they are very smart at not just understanding their win cons, but understanding the enemy team's win conditions, and they play around that so well. And right now, Karyoka, allowed to play his cerebral style, he's going to get the camp lead, he's going to get the level lead, and come level 6 at these skirmishes, he's just going to run your team over.
Second scuttle completed for the Wukong. He's going to run into Sejuani again with a significant health lead. Though Lava does still have the advantage in the mid lane, in the farm department, and the health department. He is managing this early stage very well, and this is very much, the Lava that we expect. He has great statistical laning stats. He's great at farming, CSD, XP difference. He's a very great statistical mid laner, but he doesn't find loads of solo kills. He doesn't find lots of skirmishes. He just accrues a one-on-one advantage and then tries to translate that later. Now, he hasn't had as much success as of late in that department, but playoffs Lava returned a little bit to early kind of first round Robin Lava, and now on this Gragas we'll see if he can make it work, as now they've baited Wise in. Ranger gets the inside track onto him to start stacking that stun up. With the boomerang coming out, they'll find the stun onto Wiser. Can they finish the kill? The leap strike gets him to safety, and it's more investment for Ranger, but still no kill.
Flash for flash. Ranger once again trades it, and in game 3 did the same thing. And what happened? He came back for the return kill. So I think Wiser, if he's adapted, if he's learned, he's going to understand that, hey, I can't play as aggressive. Ranger is going to be opting into maybe gank that top lane once again. Wiser, if he's kind of stifled on this Jax, if he's not allowed to kind of flex his muscles a little bit and farm safely, he's going to be very stunted come this mid game, and he won't be at that item power spike that we typically see Jax players get to. Dinkato, though, now has hit level 6. The setup is there. The point and click stun plus bear follow-up is ready. And if Carioca and Dinkato can set up dives onto this bot lane, they can bully this Ranger out of his jungle. They can really start to put some pressure on the side of Los, because quite frankly, they're on a timer, right? They got to win before 20-25 minutes.
Exactly. Los Grandes, I should say, they have had a good record in that early stage in this series. It's been the mid game where they fall down, but now in this 4th game with a comp that demands an early game lead to playoff, they are struggling a little more to actually find that one. They do have a first dragon to play around potentially that Pain Gaming have usually been in control of, but maybe they can use this Lucian Nami. Maybe they can use Lava on this Gragas to make something happen and at least get the lead on the objective side.
Yeah, and Tuno and Zai, like you said, pulling that wave, getting it frozen, and Carioca is here with damage, and B-Boy. Do Zai and Tuno fancy a trade? Do they fancy the engage? Carioca has tracked where Ranger wants to be. I think everybody knows where everybody wants to be, and now we might get a 3v3 skirmish playing around the vision so well, both of these junglers, man.
They're looking for the root onto Natuno, but he's not giving it to B-Boy. Sidestepping around the feathers as Lava again, first in the rotation. He's always the first to cover this bot lane in this series, and they'll get that bottom scuttle at least. Ranger, now he's still hovering on bot lane, doesn't quite want to start that dragon up just yet. He's going to foray into that tri-brush, and it's been so long since these junglers did a camp that they are waiting for that level 6 still. Natuno has hit it, he's got the culling, commit it onto B-Boy, he's going to get that big chunk damage down as the bubble will not land, but they have a bit of health lead to play with.
Dinkato has finally started roaming here, but Lava once again keen to Dinkato's movements. You know what? Wherever you will be, I will be as well. Level 6 has been hit on Ranger. I don't think Pain Gaming can take this fight. They've got to give this first dragon away, and this is the first dragon that'll be picked up from Los in a very long time.
Exactly. They're going to be happy with that result for sure, as Lava tries to keep Karaoke out, but has to flash away from the grand entrance of damage, and Ranger peeled away from the dragon. It's delayed this play a little further, but now B-Boy, he's trapped in bot lane. He has to pick up that wave that's been built up by Los Grandes, and Los will still have the inside track. I think it will be just a delay. They're still going to get this objective at the end of it.
And I think what we've seen is that just the dominant bot lane, the one that has the push, the one that has the shove, will get those dragons early. Classically, it's been Pain Gaming because they've been running the Zyrakan into Zeri Lulu, but now they don't have that pressure. They're running into Lucian Nami, who is just going to run this lane and get all the pressure, get all the trading in. The culling being invested early is so nice because it chunks out B-Boy and damage, and it allows finally for Los to pick up that dragon. A bit of on a delayed timer, like you mentioned, and for Pain Gaming, that's completely fine because now it's going to take 15 minutes, 24, 25 minutes before Los can even threaten a soul point.
It's definitely surprising to me that we had that situation where Ranger actually gets ult first and has that all-important tool to leverage, because he's the one who got set behind earlier, right? He tried to hover mid, didn't find anything. Tried to hover top, didn't find anything. Karaoke double scuttled him, but it was still Ranger getting to level 6 first and utilizing that to get that dragon. So I don't know what he did in that interim period, but he certainly seems to have fixed the XP problem.
No, let's be generous. Your Riot Games just loves giving
fix the XP problem. Yeah, they reached down from on high and went, here you go, mate. Just take a little something for us.
I think Ranger yoinked a couple casters and stuff when he was roaming around that mid and top lane ganks. Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, he's just been farming jungle camps. That's not enough. No. Riot Games, it's like you got to get the caster minions, the melee minions. Yeah. That's how you get ahead. And Ranger, like you said, hits that crucial level 6. But Wiser, with this lane advantage, with the pressure that he's been able to accumulate, they're now going to get the Scuttle Crab, they're going to get the Rift Herald, they're going to get gold into their pockets, and Pain Gaming, this is, be damned, we're at least going to get something in return.
Well, look for this Herald. Karaoke now at level 7 does have the ult to commit. Hasn't really had any active participation to be had for him so far in this early game, but Pain Gaming still with a 200 gold lead, just down the dragon to Los Grandes. So it's not the lead that Los Grandes wanted, that's for sure, but it's definitely not a disaster, and they're trying to accelerate on bot lane now, picking up the plates, Ranger hovering around there, trying to keep B-Voy and damage always threatened so they can't get comfortable. Lava now rotating over. They look for the 2v2, the barrel sidestepped by Dinkedo. Critical little footwork there for the Annie, and they won't get collapsed on.
Lava chucks that thing a mile into the deep sea and doesn't even get anything here. Kayoka gets hit by it, but he's completely fine as now damage has picked up the Merc Treads. And once again, Merc Tread value is absolutely insane for Pain Gaming here, right? Stops the Sejuani CC, stops the Gragas stun, right? It is a lot of value when it comes to building this. So really nice itemization from Pain Gaming so far. And ideally, the game has been going quite in their favor. If they're even at this mark with a comp like this, they'll gladly, go down 1,000 gold. They're fine. They'll scale. They'll get this Xayah. They'll get this Jax into a point where Los simply don't have the items. They don't have the champions to contest, right? And so Los, really good early game 1, 2, and even game 3, but game 4 have just been absolutely stuffed out.
Yeah, it's only kind of soft leads, right? It's CS leads, it's a bit of XP, a plate here or there. They don't have that big game-breaking advantage that they can play off to try and crack an early tower, use that advantage to snowball into more. It's a slow, gradual lead that they're building, and they're actually still a couple hundred gold down overall. So I think that they're going to need to find that fight in the next kind of 8 minutes before that 20-minute mark. As Zai flashes away from damage. Nice little pick up there from the Rakan as Hirit tries to break it open. They needed something to play off, and the Gnar says, here it is.
Wouldn't be a Pain Gaming game without Weiser getting solo killed at less.
A good little bonus picked up by Los Grandes in that top lane. Hirit now with that kill can accelerate forward. Maybe have more room to rotate down. Maybe can push that lead even further and keep Weiser under lock and key on this scaling Jax as Los Grandes are onto the Dragon for a second time. They're going to cut off the vision for now for Pain Gaming, but they are rotating over. They want to contest this. Lava currently sitting in base as well. They might look for some sort of flank as their deep ward has just fallen off. And it's into bot lane, I should say. TP's the Gragas. Where are we committing? We want to hear it, in fact. He rotates down and gets 2v1 Los Grandes. They have a window to commit onto the bot lane. Can they find it? Lava doesn't get the barrel off a flash from B-Voy, and now it's just a 5 versus 4. Do we want to keep in this fight, Los Grandes, when you have no more room to play with? If you lose this game, you lose this series, and they will simply melt away.
Yeah, they get the nice early pick onto Hira, and the rest of Pain Gaming are able to just stall the Dragon out long enough to where now they get the man advantage, mid and top, come into that Dragon, and they have to give that away. Los Grandes, they had the early Dragon stacking going in their favor. They picked up Infernal, but they give the Hex Tech away, so they can't speed up the game. They can't get an early Dragon Soul here, so now the game has been put on a slight halt. It has slowed down, and Pain Gaming will gladly take their time farming up, scaling, taking the minions, taking the turrets, and Los, the timer is ticking. You've got 10, maybe 12 minutes before Pain Gaming just start to win these fights outright. As the replay comes in, I want to see what happens. So here, clearing the wave, the flash QR, and that's just dead to rights. Here it burned everything and still died, and so Los, they were able to try to go onto the Dragon. They had a moment there where they could have bursted it down, but Karaoke, B-Voy, and Damage stalled it out, and they just win with the 5v4.
Man, who else but Dinkedo to be ruining Hirit's day in this game 4, as he has been all series long? You know, we spoke, it's harder even for Hirit to make the effect happen on the Gnar versus the Kennen. Dinkedo was making that work with an Ahri, for goodness sake. Now he has a literal point-and-click stop button in the queue, and I think that Hirit is going to have trouble in this series to get past the gatekeeper that is Dinkedo, and we saw it happening just there.
Yeah, it's going to be rough because as long as Dinkedo holds on to that stun, Here can never realistically jump in, right? He's going to get stunned the moment he walks up. The bear is going to get dropped on him. You've also got a shield so that Denkato can kind of shield B-Voy away from any damage. And Tuno lets the Gats rip onto B-Voy, takes him down to 75%. Takes him down 75% HP, sorry.
Yeah. Gets his Gale Force off, and B-Boy still with no flash. He's about to get the Gale Force back, so if there's a dive on the cards, he will have some tools to bear. He's actually gone all the way back to base as well to make sure he's topped up. And Los Grandes with the first move onto this Herald. Now they have all 5 members here. They could look for a fight, or Pain could look for a pincer. But with Xayah still on the rotation, they need to wait for that damage. Who's going to pull the first move right here? They're going to knock up onto Lava, but they won't find any form there. Wiser slammed against the wall, picked off by the Los Grandes team once again, and now they're the ones with the 5 versus 4. They can keep looking to force this. B-Boy is on his own, has to drop the Feather Storm, and it will be enough to disengage. So Los Grandes, they find the objective and 1 kill at least.
Natuno has been so good about letting the culling rip and just bursting B-Voy down before the objectives. It's almost akin to like stopping the recall where you use the Jinx rocket or the Caitlyn ultimate. It's the same effect. You don't kill them, but you force them back into the fountain, and that gets you the numbers advantage. And so Wiser once again just classically walks up a little too far, gets bursted out, and his team is nowhere to be seen. Wiser has done this multiple times now through games 1, 2, and 3, and it doesn't seem like he thinks it's a problem. As look, he walks up, Damage and the rest of his team are not there, and he gets absolutely bursted out. Here it's like, I'm going to pull the trigger. You're going to walk up this close, my whole team's going to kill you.
Yeah, he's just standing in melee range of a Gnar. He doesn't even have to hop in to get the ult. He just rips it in melee range. And Karaoke making good use of the clone there. I was terrified for B-Boy when he shows his face around the corner, but still is Xayah. You know, it's hard enough. And Los Grandes, ever the kind of realists there, they're not going to push super hard. They're not going to try and overchase. And I think that they feel that one massive wrong move could just throw this game completely out of whack when they have to win it before it goes super late.
If it was 1-1, probably Los goes for a little bit more. But like you said, the fact that they're down 2-1, it's game point for them. Any sort of mistake, any sort of big team fight wipe that Pain Gaming gets will just jet set them far across in the gold lead here. So I like that Los is taking the small victories. I don't think it's going to be their downfall, but eventually they're going to have to get aggressive enough to push the issue, because as the clock is ticking, Pain Gaming is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and their champions simply just outvalue what Los has to offer.
Exactly. Those team plays going in the favor of Los for now, and they did have good success in that in Game 3, keeping that one rolling. Lava keeping control over Pain Gaming on the Gragas here at finding good ults. These solo lanes have certainly still been performing better than we would have expected at the end of the regular split versus Furia. They really snapped back to that massive potential we had for them, and Pain Gaming, a much tougher opponent, but Los are still able to leverage some of that individual skill, and they do have a small lead to play with right here. Dragon about to come up. Here comes the classic Herald mid into Dragon rotation, and it's TP from Denkato into this tower. Los, do we want to force for this tower? Do we want to go back to the Dragon? What's the call?
Ooh, they're going to let that slam in. They're going to take it out. But instead of kind of using that pressure to set up that Dragon and start it, they actually escort the Rift Herald mid. So yeah, you get some damage down, but effectively you've traded 0 for 0 pressure because you didn't use the Rift Herald pressure to start the Dragon and leash it. Now you're just going to let Pain Gaming walk up and kind of muscle their way in here with Wiser on the flank here. Yeah, I don't know how Los walk in.
We have Herit now stacking up the Mega. They are collected together. Lava deep on the flank right now. Denkato tries to find the stun, but Lava wasting a lot of their time right now. Dragon below 4k HP. Wiser in the pit, as you say. Karaoke is in range to go for the steal. Ranger commits to the ultimate. There's the flank from Lava. Onto Denkato, but the lovely stasis keeps him alive. Natuno chunked out, but he's still not dead yet. Karaoke finds the Cyclone, and Los split over the fight and give up their front line. And down goes the Dragon for Pain.
I'm hoping we get the replay on that. Very beautiful knockup, but Wiser absolutely zoned Neptuno and Zai out of the fight by himself. The menacing Jax with the ultimate. He didn't even counter-strike. He had that ready for the ensuing follow-up from Pain Gaming. That was absolutely beautifully played from this top lane, and rightfully so. Wiser, massive on this Jax is a huge threat. We do get the replay here, so watch how this fight starts. They let Lava get zoned out. They're starting it. Ranger hits a nice glacial prison, but just watch Weiser as he walks up and controls so much space. Karaoke gets the knock up from here, but Weiser jumps on the 2. Boom, Natuno dashes out, and now you have no damage coming in. The rest of Pain Gaming clean wipe the floor with Los.
They managed to get that perfect stasis for Dinkedo, and he still has all his tools left, right? B-Voy with the Feather Storm, the Annie Tibbers, and the Karaoke ult just melts Los Grandes' front line in that brush. And as you correctly pointed out, Weiser hasn't had the best game so far, but that was a critical team fight play to keep Natuno out of there. This Lucian Nami has not been able to get significant control. No kills for them. Yes, he is the richest player in the game, but only marginally over that Jax.
It's insane how Pain Gaming are playing these fights, right? Like, they are just so in sync. They understand exactly what they have to do. Each and every member is playing their role perfectly, and that's how they're able to get these team fight wins. Natuno isn't allowed, like you said, to participate, and I feel like we've said that throughout the whole series. Like, this guy just isn't allowed to play the game, right? Him and Hirit have been stifled consistently. Dinkedo has had Hirit's number, but Weiser has just been on Natuno's back and has been just so annoying that Natuno's never allowed to get the damage in. He's never allowed to DPS, and regardless of the space that Los creates for him, Weiser is just there to completely fill that up and zone him out. So really well played from Pain Gaming. I like how they took that Ocean Dragon, but they've got to do that a couple more times because Los, they are looking strong right now. They're hitting their 2-item power spikes. After this, Pain Gaming is going to start ramping up. They're going to start getting their power spikes in. Spear of Shojin and Divine Sunderer are in for Weiser. Navori has been completed for B-Voy. This is looking rougher and rougher for Los.
And I don't love the Ragefire Cannon for Natuno. I feel like he needs more damage. I feel like he needs more impact right now on this Lucian, and it gives him a bit more safety, a bit more range to play with, and he did struggle with being zoned out there, but they need to have enough damage to make these plays work. They are running out of time, and I don't know if the RFC is gonna be enough to make this work, but let's see if he can get the value out of it, as they are still very slightly ahead. I personally am terrified by the Shojin Jax. That is very scary. And Los Grandes pulling something even scarier. They're doing the Pain special. They're just starting up the Baron.
Yeah, and now you're just gonna let Pain Gaming walk in with all the CC, all the AoE. Yeah, you gotta back out. Weiser gets the TP out, and now the fight starts.
Tony for Jax. Natuno safe for now. Karaoke drops very, very low, and the Baron splits them up. If they can find anybody, this could be something, but Los Grandes are unable to find a single kill. They do at least get double TP out of Pain for it.
They burst out damage. They burst out Karaoke, so they might just go for that return Baron special. TP was taken out from Weiser as well, so overall, a positive play for themselves. Pain Gaming do lose out a little bit. They stop the Baron, but they do gotta burn the flash, the TP, the heal from damage as well. Overall, Los will take that summoner spell trade, but if that's all you can muster with this team composition, it's looking very rough.
These need to be kills, Los Grandes. You need to get more. We need to be building the advantage if you're going to have a hope as the later this game goes. 1 minute left on the Ocean Dragon when they can maybe find another opportunity to fight. But again, everyone from Pain slips away, and Dinkedo just finished his Rabadons. He is ready to lay down the damage in these ensuing fights. You know, we talked about the level 2 spike, or the 2-item spikes for Los Grandes, but Pain Gaming, even though they have a scaling comp, the champions specifically that they have drafted have mean 2-item spikes of their own.
And the fact that he went rapid fire cannon for Natuno, yeah, you lose out on so much DPS. Generally, you'll build the Essence Reaver or even the Navori Quick Blade so you can dance around these fights, but Natuno loses out on so much DPS. Yeah, you get a little bit more reach. Yeah, you get a little bit more safety, but I don't think that's what they need. Los need to play like they're on their last leg, and unfortunately, they're just playing too safe right now.
Weiser with the flank, forces the stasis from Weiser. Ranger taking up that front line. B-Voy on his own, separated, gets the Blade Core, and Dinkedo tries to run interference on Natuno. This fight is spreading across the river right now. Hirit and Lava, the solo laners for Los Grandes, chasing Pain Gaming back. And again, it's no kills for anyone but Los Grandes. They have control of Dragon.
Yeah, they're hitting their 2-item power spikes. They're trying to use this advantage to the best of their ability. They're going to pick up the dragon, even up the score. Dinkato, like you said, ran interference in that mid lane. I was sure that B-Boy was going to die, but he comes in like a savior with the bear, with the flash stun. It says, no, get off of my 80 carry. B-Boy lives. They lose the dragon, but they don't lose much more. So Baron is still up as a neutral objective. Both of these teams eyeing it for themselves now. 26 minutes. This is the longest that this Baron has gone untaken in these 3 games.
I just can't believe how often Dinkato steps up to be the soldier, you know, protecting Pain Gaming, sleeping soundly at night, while everything that Los Grandes have is thrown at them. And every time Dinkato is like, no, stop. You cannot do this to my team. B-Boy lives here because of me. He's doing so much work protecting his team from this mid lane position, while also dishing out tons of damage. He is really making a case for himself in this game, and he just keeps getting better and better every time we see him play in playoffs.
Yeah, he's aging like fine wine. Really, he's just leveling up so well. The Syndra, the Ahri, now the Annie as well. This guy's massive champion pool. This guy, we thought he was just a Vigar one trick, right? This guy's playing Vigar all throughout playoffs. Oh wait, no, I've got this pick, I've got this, and I've got this as well. You simply cannot stop me. And a massive pink ward now gets dropped from Karaoke. Absolute value there, but really Pain Gaming, they're playing really well, but I like what Los is doing, right? They're zoning the carries off. They're using this massive champion Gragas as a way to zone off Weiser, as a way to zone off Karaoke. We thought the casks weren't going to be enough, but Lava has just ran absolute interference with these, and he's been doing really well. As Weiser, once again, might be caught out. This guy, he gets caught out every game, it seems like.
He is struggling with that one right there. He did time the counter-strike well to stop Hirit getting a chance to gnaw him into the wall, and Weiser does survive for now. As we see the gold there, Natuno, still the richest in the game, but we just don't feel it. He does at least have the Navoris now. He's got that 3-item spike, plus the serrated Dirk. Now the man should actually start to hurt in these fights, and he has to start hurting now. They need to win a fight, get a Baron, keep that dragon stacking. They're looking for Dinkato. They've engaged hard onto the Nami, and the barrel can keep him alive for now, but he will still be collapsed upon, and the low support steps out of line.
Zai, the Nami gets absolutely bursted out. The worst nightmare for this man is that Annie comes up and just one taps you completely. Lava burned the cask as well. I don't know if they're willing to pull the trigger on the Baron. It is just a support pick after all. Instead, they're going to shove some waves out. Natuno backs off, and now 29 minutes nearly into the game, Pain Gaming finally get the tier 1 mid. And they open up the map just a little bit more, but yeah, they're not willing to pull the trigger. They don't want a 50-50 this Baron here. They'll take the kill, they'll take what they can, and just pick up some gold here, even up the gold lead, pretty much even up the gold, 47 apiece. Los only down 500, it seems like. But now you have to believe this big fight is going to happen at this dragon. It feels like both teams are playing a little bit too scared around Baron, and as I say that, Trajan,
Nice.
I lied, guys, I lied.
Yeah. Good on the reset timer as Pain Gaming will have to rotate over. They do have TPs, but this drag Baron's going ever lower. Karaoke looking to get around behind the pit. He is going to be there in time. Hear it. Slows him down. Los Grandes burst in the Baron. They're going to find the objective, but will they be allowed to get away from Natuno? Cleanse and flash away. Skulking back into the forest. The rest of Pain hot on his heels. Weiser in with the flank. Neutralizes Natuno, and they take that Baron buff down. Zai now trapped under the tower as Lava TP's in to try and protect his support once more, but there's no hope for that one, my friend. Nami falls again, and it is 2 buffs taken down, but I feel like I've asked this question so many times over this weekend, Shibby. 2 deaths for Baron, is it worth?
We have to see what Los can do with this pressure. Hirit still has it, Lava still has it, and as long as Ranger still lives, they can still run that 1-3-1 setup that they want to, right? The 80 carry the support and the jungler in the mid, Lava in the bottom lane, Hirit in the top lane, and see if they can push some stuff down. Weiser can only answer one of these lanes, and it feels like B-Voy damage can't really do anything as the replay comes in, and you watch Hirit gets a massive gnar. The glacial prison gets thrown down as well, secures the Baron, but Natuno classically gets caught out by the Annie stun. Has to burn the cleanse, the flash, and Weiser uses that as the go button. Flash counter strike in. He's dead, and Zai fish out of water. I mean, you see Lava trying to be here for the disengage, for the dissuade of the dive, as we see Weiser's picked up a Zhonya's for himself, going the hybrid Jax build. Really nice itemization, but overall, Pain Gaming get 2 more kills. They stop the backs, and they are setting up for this dragon. Both of these guys want to be on Soul Point pretty soon.
They really, really do, Los Grandes, especially when they have this ticking clock going on, and their Baron power play is ticking away. As much as this time is wasted around this buff, Pain Gaming would happily just delay them as the dragon goes super low. They're going to end up flipping it. It's a lovely Glacial Prison. Secures it for Ranger again as Hirit is slowing down Weiser. But you do not win this 1v1 anymore, my friend. Has to retreat back to his team. And Los Grandes are re-coalesced down on this bot side now. They are on the wrong side of the map right now. Will they be allowed to slip away? Damage on the Rakan could try to lock them up. B-Boy could lay the Featherstorm over the top of them, but Weiser's nowhere near. I don't think you necessarily force this as Pain.
Yeah, there's no vision, no scrying orbs available, no blue wards up for them, so they can't even understand where they're at. No vision, so they're not going to go in. They give the dragon over for what is essentially free, and now Los are on Ocean Soul Point. And if you've got a Nami, if you've got a Gragas, if you've got a Sejuani, Ocean Soul is looking mighty fine for themselves here.
It really is. Look at that gold grab, Shibby. What a mess this game 4 has been. It's been a roller coaster at the peaks and troughs all day, and the gold still almost even at 32 minutes into the game. So many fights resulting in just low HP bars, but not kills. Damage slipping away from the aggression. Natuno again popping the culling, but a timely minion wave will absorb a lot of those bullets. Los Grandes, you can see they're still pressing forward. They're still trying to find active plays, but Ranger and Lava might be in a bad spot right here. Karaoke finds a way onto the Gragas with the charm as well. He does have the Zhonya's, but doesn't have a chance to use it.
This guy was stun locked for eternity. Couldn't use the body slam, couldn't use the Zhonya's. Absolute masterclass in CC layering, and all they had to give up was the Rakan ultimate and the Wukong ultimate. As we're talking right now, both of those are a quarter off cooldown. But what does this translate to? Pain Gaming, there are no objectives on the map. You can't push in. The wave clears too much from Los. So overall, that is a kill. Maybe you get the tier 1 turret top lane, but even then, I doubt you're going to be able to secure that, as Hirit and Ranger have something to say about it.
They're going to rock up here to try and defend it from the assaulting Tibbers, as Dinkedo's already pulling that back. They'll hold on to it for now. It does speak to Los's credit. They've held on to these outer towers for 33 minutes in this game. You know, they only took the mid-inner at 30. It was very, very well done by Los to keep control of their map state, but they weren't able to get the kills and the leads that they wanted. And now they are still trying to find that angle. Baron up in less than 2 minutes. Dragon 2.5. Los Grandes has to be present for that. And I can't wait to see what Pain does around that classic objective trade that they've been leveraging so far. It's really been their bread and butter, playing around these mid and late game decision making.
Yeah, Pain Gaming right now have not been able to get sort of that vision control that we've seen them play around so well, right? The pockets of vision that they're able to deny with the control wards. Los have been doing a really good job stepping up and just taking what's theirs, right? The space, the river, the dragon. They're just fearless right now. As Karaoke though,
he's on his own. He pops to the barrel to keep himself alive for just a little longer. He's going to get knocked up. Charm press Zhonya's now this time. Please, Lava! But he doesn't get the button off. And again, it's 4 versus 5. Now, the objectives are not quite up just yet. Lava does have TP. I think Los Grandes, we just peace out from this one.
Yeah, there's a small window where Pain Gaming can start setting up Baron vision here. 5 seconds, but like you said, Lava has TP. Again, they catch him out. But Pain Gaming, you don't really get anything out of it. Lava will be like, yeah, sure, I mean, I've died, but what have you gained in return? Absolutely nothing. The waves are still pushing in the favor of Los, as we see right now. Weiser finally pushing that bot lane out, potentially looking to get Hirit to match him here, or even Lava. So right now, they're finally trying to using the advantage of this Jax. I don't think he should be team fighting. I wholeheartedly agree that he should be split pushing. He should be taking Hirit or Lava to him, and he should really just be winning that 1v1. But now, B-Boy, don't get caught out again. Don't get hit by the Glacial Prison. You've played so well up until this point.
He has the flash and the cleanse. Surely he'll be able to get his way out of that one. as Natuno is threatening as well. The recalls are completed. Now here at Natuno have to give up that space as the Baron is live. The Dragon soon to follow after. And Lava is back on the field. It's been a couple of unfortunate missteps for Lava, finding himself collapsed on this Gragas. Not been a fun game for him at 0-3-0, but the utility is always there. And Los Grandes, this has to be it, the do or die fight. I feel like at this point, everyone's got so many items, they've got so much damage that we can't have these fights where no one dies for much longer. Someone is going to get picked off.
We have yet to see a flash body slam engage from Lava here. We
Dinkedo
see Weiser though on the... Oh, Dinkedo actually on the flank. Apologies. As now he's going to let the Tibbers rip.
Gloves going for it. The barrel slows them down again, and here it survives. Ranger now, we're looking for an angle. Natuno and Zai want to get the damage down. Looks for B-Boy. Out comes the culling. Forces that Featherstorm. Lava searches for him, but doesn't find it. As Los have shoved him back. Here it jumps in for the Meganar. Somebody get a kill, and Natuno gets it. Goes gold up to pick it off B-Boy, and Los Grandes. Finally, they break open a team fight, and they break it bad for Pain Gaming. 37 minutes in, and the kills start dropping. It's going to be 4-for-1 for Los Grandes, and now they can take the objectives.
Beautiful engage from here. It hits the massive Gnar ultimate onto 3 members of Pain Gaming. Ocean Soul now on the menu for Los. They get the fight. Natuno diving in with the rapid fire cannon, bursts B-Boy out, and B-Boy a little bit late on the Featherstorm. The replay comes in. We saw Dinkedo on the flank, uses it to try to burn down here it, but Lava with a massive cask destroys Pain Gaming's engage, and Natuno's happily allowed to free hit. But watch Ranger and watch here it. The Mega Gnar comes in, Glacial Prison comes out, and B-Boy's already 25% health before he uses the Featherstorm. And so now we see Natuno flash E in, boom, just absolutely melts B-Boy off the field. And when you lose him, you lose a majority of your damage chunk, and Weiser is left alone to try to pick up the pieces, but he gets dismantled by Los's team composition, the CC, the damage, everything. It's just not enough, and Los pick up the Ocean Soul.
Ultimately, it was that clutch factor, that trigger pull from Natuno that got them that one fight, got them that Ocean Soul. They're on the Baron right now, but Pain, I dare say, are coming back looking for revenge. This is not a done deal for Los Grandes just yet. Looks like they'll find the Baron, they'll have the buffs. Natuno picks it up, and now Dinkedo onto the Summonerless. Natuno, he goes into GA, but he's not done yet. Can his team get him out? They've left him for dead. He somehow finds damage, but it's just the 1-for-1 and a quick, sharp TP from here to get that Baron push going bot.
Oh, he's absolutely on point. He's going to try to get that tier 2 turn in the bot lane. You can't even TP towards it. It's already going to be gone. Hear it. Nice play calling. Gets 600 gold in his pocket. And now Pain Gaming, they've lost damage. Yes, they've picked up Natuno, but they're split all separate ways across the map. Los have finally been able to get a foothold in this game, have finally been able to start putting their foot down and saying, you know what, we are the better team. We're going to use the early game to our advantage. As Weiser gets walked down by Herit and the Hyperstacks. Now he is going to die for his sins.
B-Boy's collapsing onto him. Zai trying to help get him out of dodge right there. Lava rotating onto B-Boy. If they can find Zaya, that would be massive. But he will get back to safety with a timely Gale Force. They'll crack the bot tower, but the inhib still stands, and Pain Gaming return to the base to shove them out.
Here it lives. I thought for a second Weiser and B-Boy would be able to burst them out. Yeah, Karaoke, though, is going to go into here once again. But that Ocean Soul putting in massive amount of work. The moment he got that damage and he recovered a majority of his HP back, as now the red buff does get smited away finally. And so Los, finally, they're 5,000 gold ahead. They're trying to make the comeback. They were down 2-0. And after that game 3 back and forth slogfest, game 4 is no different. And now here at Ranger, Lava, Natuno, all these guys are putting in work. Natuno, even though he gets caught out, he's always getting at least 1 or 2 people with him. He's full build on the Lucian. He does not get any stronger than this, Trajan. Los have to win, and they have to win now.
He finds that all-important kill in the last fight, does Natuno, and then Hirit steps up on the push. He was looking so confident on this Gnar now. Ever since Game 3, Hirit has finally woken up again on the Kennen, on the Gnar. He is controlling so much space, and Lost still have 50 seconds of Baron to push with. Lava's taken the mid lane, the other 4 in top lane. Pain Gaming still have tools to punish a sloppy push with the Annie, with the Rakan, Los Grandes. You have to keep it tight. You've got to keep it clean, because if you put one more foot wrong, the series could just end.
Yeah, one more lost fight like that in the Dragon, and they will just get the Nexus exploded, right? Like, that's what's going to happen. Pain Gaming, they have to be careful. They have to make sure all of the points of their engage hit. They can't get stuffed out by a Gnar. They can't get stuffed out by Lava's massive cascades. Now he lets the culling rip once again and bursts out damage and B-Voy here. I don't think that's going to net them the turret, but it's definitely going to force the rest of Pain Gaming to play a little bit scared. Now they let it rip with the Glacial Prison, and the cask is down. Wait a minute. They've committed
We're throwing everything. We're just throwing ultimates in, and none of them clearly wanted to commit to the dive. They didn't have the culling already, and the tower is saved. The Baron buff falls, and Pain Gaming will hold on for the time being. Only 90 seconds until the Elder becomes a factor, and the Baron not too long after that, as they will go back to pull the resets. We can see Natuno sold the G8 when it was on cooldown into the Bloodthirster. He's got even more damage now to play with, but not that second chance if he does get caught out.
Does have flash and cleanse available, so Denkido cannot just kind of flash stun him there. But if they can burn everything out, if they can get Wiser onto this backline, he's been able to zone Natuno and Zai out. He just needs to be able to do that consistently. Has had to pick up the pieces, though, as his team has kind of been playing these fights a little bit more spread. They're not really layering the Kirioka Cyclone into the Annie Bear, into this quickness, right? They're all kind of scattered around, engaging onto different individuals, and so Pain Gaming can never get a bead on just one member, as now here it has picked up a Guardian Angel for himself here. So if he goes down, if he gets caught out, he'll prop right back up out of Mini-Gnar form and be ready to fight once again.
30 seconds on the Elder now. Los Grandes with customary river control. They have been good at securing this one in this game. Lava on the flank, trying to keep tabs on Wiser. They don't want to have that horrific Jax flank that ruined their first Dragon fight in this game. As B-Voy separates over, he's standing so far back, they're pulling the trigger on low. So out comes the culling, Karaoke drops low. Watch out for Natuno. Is he going to find his way in? Lava looking for the flank again. Wiser with the counter strike, but doesn't find a way in. B-Voy flies forward with the Feather Storm, but finds no kills. Here it jumps in, but doesn't see anyone either. And again, we're back to the no-kill fights, Shibby, at 43 minutes, but Los Grandes are the ones with the Ocean Soul. They are happier with that result. Their start up the Elder, and now a TP comes in from Wiser on the Jax. They're going to go for round number 2.
Ooh, the Dragon is so healthy right now. They can't simply leash it and take the fight. They've got to make a decision right now. Wiser's wrapping around with the Jax. This could be absolutely lethal.
The Kano commits. They're looking for B-Voy. He doesn't have the summoners. The Tuno drops lower. He has to heal up. Here it is so deep, but there's the GA as Lava tries to keep him alive. B-Voy so low. The carries some pain are dropped, and that's the MVP AD carry. The Tuno again finds B-Voy in the fight. They TP to the bot lane, and Los Grandes are keeping this series alive.
Here at TP's down, Wiser's just walking around aimlessly, unable to do anything on the Jax, unable to get in. They're going to lose bot lane inhib. They are most likely going to lose this Elder Dragon and Los. All these kills, all these games, these fights that have gone down to the wire kill list, you have to believe, Trajan, that the Elder Dragon will seal the deal. Karaoke, the last man here for Pain Gaming to steal it over. Can he do it? Can he do it?
No. He's bubbled. Critical bubble. Can he get over the wall? He doesn't have W now. Los Grandes hard committing onto this Wukong. They will not let him get into the pit as Zai holds the dragon for his team. I could see it, Shubi. I could see the steal in my mind, but it will not be happening today. Elder for Los. Baron is live. The jungler dead again. Los should be able to get everything on the map for this.
Los are going to pick up the Elder. They're going to recover with all the gold in their pocket. They're going to cash out here in Pain Gaming. Even though they've got the better late game champions in my mind, they have just been playing these fights so atrociously bad. Wiser and Hirit have seemingly switched positions, right? Wiser unable to be effective at all on this Jax. I would suspect you would get a flank off, he'd be able to get in with the counter-strike, but he's just been aimlessly wandering around. Doesn't get any fight off into the bottom Elder Dragon, can't do anything into this Baron, and this Jax, for what it's worth, has been effectively useless.
Okay, Los Grandes, you have everything. You're wearing every buff that you could wear in this game as you mount the push down mid lane. Bot inhib's already down. Wiser trying to buy themselves some time by stacking a fat wave to keep it locked up, but this mid inhib will fall quick smart. All Los Grandes have to do is play it by the book. This is the by the book team. This is supposed to be the macro team. Let's not full throw it again. Natuno, I'm looking at you.
It seems like you're there in the studio right now telling them in the ear, guys, don't throw it. You've got Elder, you've got Baron, but Pain Gaming having a staunch defense right now. Wiser, though, is going to get bursted out. He's so low to getting executed.
The Natuno damage really hits different right now. He chunks out the Jackson. They're onto the Nexus towers. Top inhib be damned. Here it goes in with the Mega. And damage evaporates on the front line. B-Void cannot survive. And Los Grandes make it happen. They push us to Silver Scrapes. The magic miracle run continues. Ranger got his first playoffs win in 3 years yesterday. And he's not about to let that streak die.
A sloppy